everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
Yowza, 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 glory, glory, hallelujah. Welcome back to the Physics of Spirituality. It's Uncle Ted reporting for duty. Never over, never out, never back down, never give up, never give in. Bend over, Rover, let Teddy take over. Truth, logic, and common sense is the wind beneath the American eagle wings of freedom. Yes, indeed, I am a bird of prey. This is the Truth, Logic, and Common Sense Campfire. Isn't it fascinating? The old guitar player from Detroit who authored the Great White Buffalo song. Wait a minute. The Great White Buffalo. Well, listen, everybody, to what I got to say. There's hope for tomorrow if we wake up today. It happened long ago in the new magic land. The Indian and the buffalo existed hand in hand. The Indian needed food and skins for a roof. They only took what they needed. Millions of buffalo were the proof. But then came the white dogs with their thick and empty heads. They couldn't see past their billfold. They wanted all the buffalo dead, so the Indians hid in fear. The magic seemed to be missing. It looked like some kind of burial ground. But above the canyon walls, strong eyes did glow. It was the leader of the land, the great white buffalo, and he found the battered herd. I got goosebumps. He found the battered herd and he led them across the land. With the great white buffalo, we can make a final stand. So listen, everybody, to what I got to say. There's hope for tomorrow if we wake up today. The great white buffalo, that's it. It's Donald Trump. He saw the battered herd and he led them across. This is fantastic times. I'm high on giddy freedom celebration. And we have a fellow giddy freedom celebrator here from the wilds of the Donald Trump team, Martha Boneta Fain. Martha, welcome. I love you. You are a woman on the front lines for truth, logic, and common sense. Thank God you're willing to do this. Welcome to the Spirit Campfire. Do you feel the warmth?
I feel the love. I feel the warmth. And we love you, Ted Nugent. We are so excited. We want to honor you at Mar-a-Lago on February 18th. We are giving you the Defender of Freedom honor because you are the greatest patriot. You have been unshakable in your support of President Trump. And even before, you were MAGA before MAGA was cool. I mean, you have been fighting to protect our nation, to protect our freedom. You are a man that believes in faith, family, freedom. You love America. And we are so grateful for everything you've done for all of us that we want to honor you on February 18th. We are so excited. Everyone is just counting the seconds until we get to award you at Mar-a-Lago and really talk about everything you've done for our nation to defend our freedom. And you have been unstoppable, unshakable. You've been on the front lines forever. And we love you, Ted.
I feel the love, and thank you so much, Martha. You know, you and I and all the Americans who finally came to the front lines of the culture war that turned into a spiritual war on November 5th, we saw the heartbreak perpetrated by corruption and fraud and abuse of power, constitutional oath violations by our own government, the Democrat Party and the rhinos. What made a beautiful young lady like you who we could just go fishing. We could just go stick our toes in the sand and have a pina colada. What made you willing to fight like this? And when did you figure out that the guitar player from Detroit was always standing up for good over evil? When did you figure that out?
Well, first of all, I grew up in a hardworking family where my parents taught us that this is the greatest nation on earth. If you work hard, you can be anything you want here in the United States of America. And that has stayed in my heart forever. And I want generations to come to know that we, the United States of America, we the people, this land is the greatest nation on earth. And I remember, for as long as I can remember, that Ted Nugent has always spoke truth to power. You have been unafraid to shake things up and to speak truth. And it's because of you that so many of us have been inspired to fight this fight and to be on the front lines. And I'm just so grateful for you and for Shemaine and for everything your entire family does each and every day to make sure that the American dream is alive and well. And it's because of that that we are so excited at Mar-a-Lago. We are so ready for Ted Nugent to come. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, really, from all of us. And, you are unshakable. You are unstoppable. And it's because of you that so many of us have been so inspired to fight this fight. Thank you.
I do have a bit of an attitude, don't I? But I figured that
I
early
love
on
it.
because I was raised just like you were in all the greatest families in America to put your heart and soul into being the best that you can be, to let your instinct guide you on a true north compass setting, and to speak up. We got in trouble because people didn't speak up. So Martha, the Nugent family is so honored. I am so humbled by the recognition of a Defender of Freedom Award from the great President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago on the 18th. But who are the other recipients? Because there's other great warriors out there from the not so mean
Yes.
streets. We're coming from the street that elected Donald Trump. That's who's going to receive these awards. And I'm sure I'm speaking for all of us. We accept it on behalf of working hard, playing hard America. We might be visible and have a bigger mouth, but we represent the spirit and the truth, logic, and common sense. Who else is going to receive awards that day? Because there's some great, great warriors for freedom.
Yeah, so Russell Brand, as you know, has a global audience just like you do. And he accepted Jesus as his Lord and Savior not too long ago. And he has been to Mar-a-Lago before, and he has been a supporter of President Trump, but his journey has been extraordinary, coming from not just not being a believer, but not being on the right side of history, the right side of freedom, to now being an avid supporter of President Trump. He's been on the campaign trail. He supports President Trump. And so we will be honoring him as well. And then Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has known President Trump for decades and decades and decades. And his story of where he came from and his personal journey is extraordinary. So he will be honored as well. And we have a few others that will be there too. But I just wanted to really let you know that, that evening at February 18th at Mar-a-Lago is going to be so special. And it's because, you're there with us to be there for this great night, and we can't wait.
Well, Martha, I know that you're right there tight with the great Donald Trump team. You're part of that team, that you stand up, and his team is basically based on people with heart and soul. They reference the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Ten Commandments, the Golden Rule, the Declaration of Independence, law and order, work ethic, being the best that you can be. So thank you very much for including the old guitar player from Detroit. But the Nugent family will be there. Shemaine loves you. We love that you step forward, that you're not afraid yourself. And by receiving these awards for Defender of Freedom, even though you know how I defend freedom all my life, I never thought of it in terms of defending. I've always thought of it in terms of promoting and celebrating. When you promote and celebrate the First Amendment, you're actually defending it. When you put to use the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, and you demand constitutional accountability from your elected employees, boy, there's a great statement. When you demand constitutional accountability from your elected employees, people start realizing that if your elected employees don't know who you are, they will not represent what you believe in. So Martha, thank you so much. You thank your family for us. The whole Nugent family loves that you're willing to do this. And I'm bringing a guitar and an amplifier, and I'm going to unleash a fire-breathing Star-Spangled Banner at Mar-a-Lago.
You're going to bring the house down. I can't wait.
Well, Martha, thank you so very much. I
God
appreciate
bless you and your family.
Part of this. And we will make you proud at Mar-a-Lago on the 18th of February, 2025. It's going to be a great party. My whole family is going to be there.
We can't wait. We can't wait. And you always make us proud. You are the greatest of the great. In fact, I have one of your hats right here in my house with me that I cherish. I won't let anybody touch it. I think I need to put it in a glass bubble or something, because everybody that sees it in my house tells me how much they love Ted Nugent and how much you mean to them. I may even bring it out and wear it that night with my ball gown for the evening to celebrate you.
Well, thank you very much, Martha. My team is so proud that we're on the same team together. So God bless you, and I'll see you on the 18th. And it's going to be a real Uncle Ted flame-throwing freedom party. God bless you, baby. That is Boneta Fain on the Donald Trump team. She's always been involved. She's invited the Nugent family to these different events. And because the truth, logic, and common sense that I spew and vocalize every day isn't the guitar player's hunch. I don't presume what might be the truth or logic or common sense. I've gathered the evidence throughout my life. I've been clean and sober my whole life. Now, I've got friends that haven't been clean and sober, and they're great human beings. They're better than I am, some of them. because they overcame that moment of weakness, that mistake that they made. And I support them and I love them. But ultimately, my clean and sober radar has picked up accurate information to help me make sensible decisions in life so that I am in the asset column. You can only be in one of two columns. You're either in the asset column or you're in the liability column. If you work your ass off to earn your own way, live within your means, and save for a rainy day, you're part of that generous American family that gives and helps out our fellow citizens when they're in need. That's what earning your own way, living within your means, and saving for a rainy day means. And that's why the people at Mar-a-Lago and the Donald Trump team is just part of the Nugent family, and we're part of their family, and you're part of our family. But those that have made mistakes in life, and we started the show off with these strange creatures up there in, was that Seattle? Doesn't even matter, Washington, Oregon, New York, Illinois. The elected employees in those states have lost their soul. So thank you for joining me on Real America's Voice. Be sure you tell everybody you know that there's a Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire on Real America's Voice, and support those that support this truth celebration. MyPillow.com, armslist.com, and heavensharvest.com, and go to tednugent.com. People have been asking me about the Nugent coins. I have these wonderful Ted Nugent challenge coins that you can get at tednugent.com. And my buddies out there, they'll buy them and give them to the heroes of law enforcement and military. And the people love these. So go to tednugent.com and support the heroes with a challenge coin. And I'll be right back with Jason Hartless having fun, rock and roll fun. Yowza.